Welcome to The Good Life with me, Maria Velasquez. With summer being around the corner, the big question is around those excess kilos. Don't fancy the gym much? Not a problem. Today we are at Flux Motion Studio, where we will be talking to Sean Temple about alternative forms of training. Sean, Flux Fluid Motion, it's all about functional training. What is functional training?
Functional training is a training method designed around function of life. So if you play a sport like rugby, we'll design movement and exercise for that function. So we create basically as much function as we can for people in everyday life, so mountain biking, swimming, triathlons, etc.
So what would be the difference between training at Flux to training at a conventional gym?
Generally, conventional gyms have machines that are isolated. So in essence, you'll be doing building of muscle like in a bodybuilding routine, etc. What we do here at Flux is we have a multitude of different implements and exercise equipment utilities that will basically cover your whole body movement and create movement for a sport of your design.
Where did this concept originate from?
I think functional training has been around for as long as sport has been around. I think the main thing that we've focused on though is the sport of kettlebell lifting. So we use kettlebells with a whole bunch of other exercises to create a better sports person. But to be honest, as long as there's been sport in the world, I think people have been doing training for that sport, which is what functional training is all about.
There are many exercises that can be found within Flux. Can you tell me a few and the benefits of each?
Sure. We focus on the use of the kettlebell. That's a weighted form of lifting. You have to utilize a lot of technique. We also have gymnastics, climbing walls, gym rings, parallel bars, plyometric equipment. So for prowler, we use a prowler, which is like a gym sled. We have plyometric boxes. We obviously use body weight training on the ground. We have ropes. So we've got a lot of equipment that you can use for various sport and means of exercise.
Kettlebells has received a lot of flack within the industry with regards to injuries. Why is that?
The problem with it is that it comes from Russia and the former Eastern Bloc countries. So a lot of the Western styles of training, strength and conditioning, it's quite new for them. So what's tended to happen is either they don't know enough about it, so they create a rumor around that, or they don't really use it properly. And I think that's like anything in exercise. If you do anything incorrectly, you're going to end up with problems. And I think that's where the key focus is on what we do, is to make sure that when you're using it properly.
What are some of the most common injuries?
Most of the common injuries you'll get from people are when they go too heavy, and I think that's pretty much what will happen in any sport form. Too heavy, and lower back, shoulders and knees tend to be the issues that people say they get with kettlebells. Correctly managed, we don't tend to get them here. So, you know, it's easy to say it's kettlebells. I think it's where you do your kettlebells.
Absolutely. Let's talk about nutrition. We spend hours at the gym, we do not lose weight, and we complain. So how important is nutrition?
Nutrition is like training. You need to spend time on it, and you need to make sure that you're eating the correct foods for your body type. So if you go to the gym and you do something that isn't for your body type, you're not going to find the results. You need to make sure it's sufficient. You need to make sure that it's for what you're needing to do, and then you'll find that it will work for you.
Well, Sean, I'm very excited to see what Flux has in store for me today. So shall we try some exercise?
Very excited. Thank you very much.
Sean, this seems absolutely torturous. It reminds me of tug of war at school.
It's a battling rope. So basically we use this in various disciplines in other sports. You use it as a very high cardio tool. So what you'll need to do is try and use your whole body to try and get the rope up and down, get a rhythm going so that it creates a wave. And you want to go a little bit quicker than that, really work it up and get some leg bounce up and down, wider stance. And you basically will go on different ranges of work, so either for time or for reps. Okay, this apparatus is used mainly by strength athletes and conditioning athletes that play a sport like rugby or hockey, etc. Something that involves explosive movement forward. It's a really great tool, one of the finest tools I've ever used for any strength and conditioning. What I'd recommend is you come down, give it a go. Okay, standing behind it with your arms out in front and push. And go down a little bit deeper and push. Push your arms down a little bit lower down the poles and push. There we go. What we tend to do is we work from a lighter kettlebell right up to a heavy kettlebell. Now a lighter in our gym starts at 4 and our heavy ends at 40. Now you do get kettlebells that are basically up to 72 kilograms, but really that's kind of more for the stronger people in kettlebell lifting.
Stay away from 70.
Yeah. So today I've selected a 6 kilogram for you. I'm going to get you just to do a one-arm swing left and a one-arm swing right. Just a couple of exercises. Okay, making sure always, whenever you pick something up, that your body's engaged and ready to lift. Okay, so you want to make sure feet are shoulder width apart, that you are reaching out for the kettlebell itself, so you want to have it in that position there, and then you want to create a rocking motion. So you want the motion to be up and then back through and standing up nice and straight. So everything is postural. You want to create a little bit of a bend in the arm, okay, and you have that kind of direction going through the legs.
What part of the body is this working?
Okay, the great thing about the kettlebell is that it will work all the body parts that are needing to be worked, i.e. the entire body. So it is focused mainly on the posterior chain, which is all the back of the body muscle groups. And those are basically the muscle groups that keep you strong and able to move forward really well. You're also finding that you've got a weight on one side of your body. So it means the other side of your body is having to work really hard to engage and keep yourself balanced the whole time.
Sean, we've had a look at kettlebells, but Flux is just so much more than kettlebells. What else do you offer?
We offer a bunch and variety of different exercises. So we'll have body weight, we have gymnastics type training, we have kiddies training, we have plyometric training, we train sports people, we have jiu-jitsu, we offer dance rehearsals, you know, so we try and offer as many different exercises as possible. But again, the focus is just bringing in specialists for each of those different disciplines and making sure that the people that come here are getting the best of everything they're trying to get from a gym like Flux.
Well, it seems like it's just a hub of activities. We've spent the day with you. I'm already really tired. I mean, I've only done 3 exercises, so I will definitely be back.
Thank you very much.
So, if gym is not your thing and you like what you saw, then I'll see you at Flux.